What is the closest non-sexual thing to an orgasm you have experienced? Getting my ear flushed out with warm water. Years ago I used one of those beeswax candle things that supposedly suck wax out of your ear when you light them on fire. Well, some of the ash floated down into the cone and hit my eardrum. So I went to the doctor and they flushed it out with a warm solution, and it was the most satisfying feeling I've ever felt to date. Orgasm aside. I had Rocky Mountain spotted fever, and was lost in a brutal heat pain delirium for several days. When the fever broke, I was immediately drenched in sweat, and felt a relief that was damn near orgasmic. The first time someone used one of those warhead scratches on my scalp, by God I was making goat noises. It was awkward, and yet so good. Had a severe poison oak rash all over my upper arm and shoulder. It itched like mad. I went in the shower, and turned the water to near scalding hot, and blasted my poison oak rash with it. It felt so good I had this weird full body orgasm. I was shuddering in pleasure as I stood in the shower. Drinking cold water, when you're very dehydrated. Eating the food you've been craving. And it's actually satisfying. Edit. And actually getting food out of your teeth. Abdominal pain going away, and looking thinner, after letting out a long airy fart. Paying all bills off, and having money to spare. Finally letting loose with a burstingly full bladder after a long car ride. I'm asthmatic. The first breath with an inhaler 12 hours after your asthma starts to bother you, and you forgot yours at home. When you get that first full lung full of beautiful air. Edit. Wow, didn't think this would blow up like it did. Thanks for the shiny medals. Asthmatics and other troubled breathers represent. One time, I had a big stretch after a few hours sitting at my computer, and my back popped in 5 places. So good. I had 2 huge plastic stents placed into each nostril for an entire month after surgery to fix my septum. The month was ducking dreadful. I finally went in to have them removed at the end of the month, and the doctor pulled them both out along with massive clots of bloody budgers. Holy duck. That first 15 minutes after was like heaven on earth. I teared up and had a big fat smile on my face walking out of the hospital. It was such an amazing feeling. When you feel like you're gonna throw up, and the stomachache goes away when you burp. I'm not a very good musician, but I have had a few really great experiences with nailing some improvisational moments with a few friends. There's nothing quite like it. When you get water trapped in your ear canal and it finally releases. I was barely able to hear for almost 2 months thanks to a really bad infection I got after chemo. I woke up late in the afternoon and my eardrums just started spasming. Then all of a sudden I could hear. Hearing again basically made me cry out of joy. 1. But the eardrum spasming was oddly pleasurable. 1. There was a possibility I was gonna need surgery that might cause permanent damage, plus not being able to hear music in a very stressful time wasn't great. That, and I listened to music on a daily basis for probably a solid 8 hours out of my awake time in a day. It helps with my anxiety. Farting really loudly when no one's around. Stepping out of heels, or scratching under the top of socks/bra strap. Rubbing my head after it's been buzz cut. Remembering the right answer for a test. Getting into clean sheets with freshly shaved legs. No one gonna talk about the feeling when you rub your eyes and you can't stop. It feels like an eye orgasm. Hot shower after being cold. Stretching your body really far. Popping a joint after it's been sore for a while and getting a sudden flood of pain relief. I drank a whole theater-sized large soda before watching Return of the King. By the end of the movie, I was having what best could be called contractions. Having a really huge crab. Sneezing. People playing with my hair. I always can't help but roll my eyes up out of satisfaction. It's weird that I do this, that's why I don't like people caressing my hair. Edit. Thank you for the award. Oh. Closing all the Chrome tabs after a long uni project. Crawling into cool fresh sheets after your shower on a day you were at the beach. Sun exhaustion. Clean feeling after shower. Comfy in sheets with the yak on. My favorite. Edit. You all keep commenting about shaving your legs first. You're all absolutely right. Being very tired, and falling into a freshly made bed with newly washed bed linen. Like heaven. Edit. Well, what do you know? Just writing a comment about sleeping, and now I have gold. THX kind stranger. # gross warning. You have been warned, okay? I don't know how that happened, but a few years ago I pulled a thin thread of snot. As I pulled more and more it would be getting thicker and thicker to a point where I felt like I was pulling my brains out as I pulled a snot the size of a golf ball from my nose. The feeling was the most satisfying I had ever experienced. Then edit. I forgot to mention the tickles while I pulled. Hell. That was a pleasure experience from start to finish. Edit 2. Great. My most upvoted and gold awarded comment is about snot. RIP in peace in barks. Fresh warm bread with olive oil and pepper. I'm honestly the kind of person who prefers silence over music. But when you listen to something powerful, and it fits your mood, that's great. That moment of bliss with taking the bra off at the end of the day. That first spring day it smells like spring. Like, it's official in your head when that scent hits. Going to a concert, and making eye contact with band members. Having your head rubbed as you fall into a deep sleep. The original way I start up noise. At a gig. When the lights go down, and the music starts. That feeling of the bass in your chest. Getting my back scratched. That said, everything remotely orgasmic is sexual in my book. Including buttery food. Edit. 1000 upvotes. Wow. It's like getting a back scratch from the internet. Getting a splinter out of my toe after 2 days of it being swollen and painful to touch. Seeing and feeling that horrifying long piece of wood pop out of my toe, pure bliss. Followed closely by the sensation of finally getting a blocked ear canal irrigated and unblocked. A glass of water when parched. HYDROHOMIES. G-force of a roller coaster. Foot massage. Back massage. Head massage. Ecstasy. And cocaine. Few days ago, when I opened the acceptance letter into my dream education. Q-tip in ear. Plugging a USB in on the first try.